Our big story tonight, a new state audit is finding more problems with the Department of Economic Security. The audit found DES continues to have issues in its unemployment insurance program, with billions of dollars paid out in federal money to fraudulent claims. And on top of that, there's uncertainty if the department overpaid people millions more. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kariba Devine.
I'm Jonathan McCall. Mark has the night off. Team 12's Colleen Sakura has been digging into these problems for more than 2 years now. She's live tonight with the new details.
And Colleen, this audit lays out several issues the department continues to have.
Yeah, the audit says DES was not only months late reporting its financial information for the audit, but DES paid out more than $4 billion in fraudulent claims that the department is working to recoup. Adding that, more than a year after federal jobless benefits ended, DES doesn't know if more than 108,000 Arizonans were overpaid.
I grew up in the country.
Music was Andrea Dirk's passion
All I ever knew.
and job when the pandemic hit.
Then they were talking about this pandemic unemployment, so I started doing the research on it, and I'm like, well, hey, I do qualify for this. I put my application in. I was approved.
Earlier in November, more than a year after pandemic unemployment assistance benefits stopped, Dirk getting this email.
There's a letter there that says, we figured you're ineligible for unemployment, even pandemic unemployment.
The letter claiming Dirk needs to provide documentation to prove employment, which Dirk said was sent years ago.
I sent them substantial amounts of proof, including video and photo proof, as well as copies of one of the only shows I ever did. It was a private party for a retirement, and I was actually issued a check for that one.
Dirk is among thousands of Arizonans being told they didn't qualify after they were approved and got paid by DES during the height of the pandemic. A new report from Arizona's Auditor General saying still, there's more than 108,000 Arizonans who DES paid more than the minimum benefit amount, that DES still does not know if they potentially overpaid by up to $218 million in federal money, because the report says DES is still determining if people qualified. However, DES recently told us they've had to cut staff because of a drop in federal funding. The report says DES did not establish overpayment processes until early 2022, saying that not only affects how quickly DES can recoup overpayments, which they're required to do unless a waiver is granted, but could be a burden to these claimants.
It's a witch hunt for money that they should have had long ago and decided.
Dirk is now appealing the decision.
What is the point in trying to take their money from me when I wasn't making any money, and I barely make any money now?
In a corrective action plan, DES saying the agency considers debt resulting from the establishment of an overpayment for a waiver. But Dirk says responsibility of the overpayment lies with DES.
What I think responsible is the director, because he's the one who's overseeing everything, and he's the one who has to pretty much come down and answer for it.
Now, we did contact DES requesting an interview on the State Auditor General's findings. A spokesperson did not respond to that request and instead sent an emailed statement that says in part, "We are appreciative of the insights the Auditor General has provided to help us continue to improve the program, especially in times of unprecedented demand." In addition, we've been requesting an interview with DES Director Michael Weishart to talk about overpayments and fraud in the system since August. While 2 of our requests were denied, at least 11 of the most recent have been ignored by the department. We're live in the Alert Center. Colleen Sakura, 12 News.